News tonight, NEMA hands over bags of food items to Anambra government for distribution. Most Reverend Ibezi makes case for even distribution of national cake. Director General of NYSC urges core members to promote unity in host communities. Rescuers contact 11 survivors in collapsed building in South Africa. Anambra State's economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to the news. My name is Chidima Orangwa. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has handed over 16,130,050 kilograms of rice and maize and over 10,948 kilograms of bags of gari to Anambra State government for award distribution to vulnerable persons in the state to help cushion the effect of economic crunch in the country. The flag off and distribution of the food items, which came from the National Strategic Reserve, took place at the Anambra State's Emergency Management Agency, OKA, with 4 local government areas, that is, OKA North and South, Dunukofia and Njikoka, as first batch of beneficiaries. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzokoye completes the report.
The event attracted officials of NEMA Southeast Zone, Anambra State Government and Transition Committee chairmen of the 21 local government areas in the state, who came to ensure that the distribution got to the vulnerable that the items were meant for. Addressing the gathering, Governor Chukwuma Soludo said the distribution was very important now that the prices of goods are skyrocketing on a daily basis, and assured that through the committee set up by the state government, the assorted commodities will be adequately distributed and will get to the doorsteps of those who are in true need of them. Governor Soludo, who spoke through his chief of staff, Mr. Ernest Ezadre, extolled President Bola Tinubu and the National Strategic Reserve for their efforts, stating that the donation underscores the unwavering commitment of the nation's leadership to the well-being of citizens, particularly this time of hardship and inflation in the society.
This act of generosity and compassion underscores the unwavering commitment of our nation's leadership to the well-being of the citizens, particularly during the time of this hardship and inflation. So it's more of saying thank you very much for doing this and to remembering all the states. And the significant and important of this is when the price of everything has skyrocketed, and this will definitely push down the prices.
In an address, the Director General, National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Zubaida Umar, represented by the Southeast Director, NEMA, Major James Eze, said that in line with the renewed hope agenda, President Tinubu approved the release of 42,000 metric tons of assorted food commodities from the National Strategic Reserve under the custody of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security for vulnerable people in the country. She noted that based on the allocation table, the food items will be shared equally to all the local governments in the state, and 20% of the food items due for each local government area should be given to religious organizations, and 3% will be given to boarding schools in the local government area.
We are here to hand over the food items to the state government for distribution to the identified deserving beneficiaries in the communities through the constituted committees in each local government area.
Welcoming them earlier, the Executive Secretary, Anambra State Emergency Management Agency, Dr. Paul Odenibu, disclosed that they have set up a 16-man distribution committee in each of the local government areas for a seamless distribution exercise, assuring them that the items will get to the targeted audience.
Given the completion of the delivery of the grains, DG NEMA directed that the distribution exercise be flagged off immediately to moderate the high cost of foodstuff in the market.
In his remark on behalf of All the transition committee chairman, Mr. Onochie Ozoma of Onitsha North local government area, said the gesture complements what Governor Soludo is doing in the state to ensure that Ndi Anambra are well taken care. In Oka, Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
The general public, and in particular Anambra State indigents, are informed that 87 regular recruit intake for trades and non-tradesmen and women into the Nigerian Army has commenced on 3rd May and will end on 7th June 2024. The information is contained in the release signed by the Permanent Secretary, Office of Secretary to the Anambra State Government, Dr. Nwabufo Nwankwo. The release states that applicants must have possessed a minimum of WASC, GCE, NAPTEP, trades test, and CT Guild certificate. Applicants are requested to log on to Nigeria Army Recruitment website, which is www.recruitment.army.mil.ng, to complete the online registration. Applicants are advised to contact the Protocol Unit, Office of the Secretary to the Anambra State Government, Anambra Government House, Oka, for further inquiry. The Archbishop Province of the Niger, Most Reverend Alexander Ibezim, says Eastern Nigeria has suffered the weight of marginalization and should be given a chance at the national leadership of the country for the interest of justice and peace. Archbishop Ibezim stated this while presenting his presidential charge during the second session of the 13th Synod of the Anglican Diocese of Oka, held at the Church of Pentecost, Oka. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo now completes the report.
Zim, who is the Bishop of Oka Diocese and President of the Synod, called on President Bola Tinubu as a matter of urgency to obey the courts and release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and lamented the unbearable pain of poverty, hunger, and economic hardship in the country, and called on the President to overhaul his economic policies, which he said is bereft of necessary informative value for the economy. He further commended Governor Chukwuma Soludo's government on the level of development it has achieved so far in Anambra, saying that every sector of the state economy is feeling the impact of the Soludo's good governance, and drew the attention of the governor to the menace of cultism and touting in the state, asking him to urgently tackle them and as well look into the abuse of power by some government agencies and officials. On the theme of the Synod, Running the Christian Race, Implication for the Church in Perilous Times, Archbishop Ibezim urged Christians to approach their Christian journey with purpose, discipline, and goal of eternal reward.
In running this race, our example is Jesus. Then I say this: we are in a time that we look unto people, and so when the people were looking unto veils, our faith is shattered.
In his speech, Governor Soludo, represented by the Speaker, Anambra State House of Assembly, Right Reverend Somtochukwu Udeze, congratulated the diocese on the Synod and reminded the Church of its role in molding characters, saving lives in these perilous times, as well as engaging the youth in meaningful activities, and reassured of his intention to recreate a society that will guarantee the safety of all.
Parents struggling to survive, and when parents are surviving to survive, that means they create more time in trying to earn the living.
In a remark, the Bishop, Diocese of Agwata, Right Reverend Samuel Ezofo, and the Bishop, Diocese on the Niger, Right Reverend Owen Nwokolo, urged Christians to run the race according to the dictates of the Word of God.
I want to use this opportunity to appreciate the Archbishop, Grace, for taking the responsibility to pilot the university.
Earlier, while adopting the Archbishop's charge as a working document in the diocese, the Chancellor of the diocese, Justice O.J. Okeke, represented by his vice, Barrister Bello Olisanwonfo, described the charge as a guide towards running the Christian race. The Synod attracted over 40 archbishops and bishops, the President Mothers Union, Girls Guild, Province of the Niger, Dr. Choma Ibezim, The member representing Awka South 1 State Constituency, Honorable Henry Mbachu, and dignitaries from all spheres of life. From Anglican Church of the Pentecost, Awka, Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
Using the Boy Scouts Association as a means of curtailing cultism amongst the young ones by productively engaging the minds of the youths came to the fore during the association's activity designed to honor veteran members tagged A Day with Ozo Omise held in Awka. Correspondent Kenechukwu Chukwudi brings more details.
With Ozo Omise, which commenced with quarter guard parade for senior members of Boy Scout Association, later witnessed hoisting of the flag, with the show thrilling those present. According to the Anambra State Scout Commissioner, Mr. Innocent Eguato, the ceremony was to honor Chief Michael Nwubo, known with his title name, Ozo Omise, created and inducted into the Scout movement, noted that Scout helps in building people into positivity, reason he is identifying with the movement.
The policy, how intelligent these young ones you saw here is. Scout is another organization I myself do respect, and also it builds children in any way, and that will help the younger upcoming ones to desire from all these cultic activities.
The President General of Amoabia Town Union and President, Patrons of Boy Scouts Association Anambra State, Engineer Godwin Arono, and another decorated and inducted member of the Scouts, Mr. Clems Ezedinachi, explained that Scout is a vibrant movement that provides a platform to ensure discipline and skill for young persons to enable them contribute positively to their environment.
Exemplary leadership, acquiring the necessary skills that will help them to become the best that they can be. That is what I expect that every parent embodies, and that is what Scout platform provides.
Later during the event, the Ellen Chief Nwubo, in company of veterans and senior Scout members, was presented with a certificate of honor amidst singing and gyration by Scout members. Son of the honoree, Mr. Chukwunonso Nwubo, said it was wonderful for the father to be recognized for his contribution to the Scout movement. Other veterans honored at the event were Chief Patrick Mweke, Chief Edwin Ezanya, and Chief Asuzu.
Awka-based lawyer, Mr. Richard Okonkwo, has called on the Nigerian Police Authority to beam searchlight on the activities of a Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of the Anambra State Criminal Investigation Department, SCID Awka, Mr. Akinu Fokarade, in order to bring sanity and professionalism back to the department. Barrister Okonkwo, who spoke to journalists in Awka, alleged that Deputy Police Commissioner in charge of the SCID has jettisoned crime prevention in the state capital and now waits for people that will bring the land matters so as to make money. Correspondent Joseph Iwacha reports.
Money from land matters, he claimed, is the reason the police officers refuse to go on transfer from Anambra because they are used for land grabbing. The legal practitioner prayed the police AIG in charge of Zone 13, Ukbo, and Anambra Commissioner of Police to investigate what he termed brazen act of corruption and human rights abuse going on at the State Criminal Investigation Department. He cited a case of his client, Mr. Osita Odugwe from Omonia in Oyo local government area involved in land dispute with others, saying that when allegations of terrorism and possession of firearms were reported to the State Criminal Investigation Department against his client, the police, instead of launching investigation, abandoned their duty of investigating the matter and instead ordered his client to stop entering the land after detaining him for 7 days, and he was made to pay 100,000 naira for bail, even when they know that the matter is before the court. The lawyer further alleged that the head of Anambra State Criminal Investigation Department gave the other party a nod to continue work on the disputed land with a promise of security assistance while they work, calling on the police authority to hold Mr. Fakorade responsible for any breakdown of law and order over the matter.
I'm praying for the Inspector General of Police, the Assistant Inspector General of Police, whom is directly under, to investigate this man's activities at the state CID. They have messed up that criminal investigation department. They have made it a money chasing venture where people are priced for pay, where they are being used for land grabbing. No longer there for prevention of crime. Let police beam their searchlights there so that there will still sanity and professionalism that will go a long way in ensuring the safety of our people. So the general public should take note of this, and the police authorities should take note of this so that this will be corrected.
Reacting to the allegations when contacted, the Anambra State Police Public Relations Officer, Mr. Tochukwu Ikenga, said he does not have any information on the issue and promised to make inquiry. In Oka, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
The Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, Brigadier General Waidi Ahmed, has urged corps members to serve as exemplary ambassadors, promoting unity wherever they are posted. Ahmed made the call during the closing ceremony of the orientation exercise for the 2024 Batch A Stream 2 corps members at the NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp in Sokoto State. Represented by the NYSC coordinator in Sokoto State, Alhaji Usman Yakubu Yaru, the Director General emphasized the importance of upholding a positive reputation and avoiding involvement in criminal activities. He admonished them to uphold the values of patriotism, diligence, and perseverance, which he said are essential qualities for nation building, emphasizing the need for corps members to represent not only their families, but also the NYSC positively. General Ahmed further warned the corps members against a night journey and urged them to continue with the post-camp training of the Skill Acquisition Entrepreneurship Development SAID program and avail themselves at all times at their places of primary assignments. The DG advised them to respect the culture and traditions of the people of their host communities. Rescuers in South Africa say they have heard from 11 more survivors in the ruins of an apartment building that collapsed in the coastal city of George yesterday. At least 5 people were confirmed dead and more than 50 others missing after the under-construction 5-story building collapsed as yet to undetermine the reasons. They have contacted 11 people, 4 of them were trapped in a basement. Chief Director of Disaster Management, Colin Dana, said, at the scene today, emergency workers were taking it in turns to work the small site, removing concrete blocks and debris by hand. Mr. Dana said they will begin a process of lifting the different flags off each other as there is possibility people could still be alive. The site has been cordoned off from the public, but there will still many people around standing at the perimeter in shock and disbelief. Officials said they had been able to establish contact with some of those under the rubble. There were thought to be at least 75 workers on the site when the collapse happened. Even out to sports, Isaac Success scored his first Serie A goal of the season for Udinese, who denied Napoli victory and the Friulani a 1-1 draw in their bid to avoid relegation on. Success was also introduced in the 53rd minute for Brenna da Silva, took to sublime touch in control of Christensen and knocked down a cross at the back post before turning in his strike from 6 yards in additional time of the encounter. The goal was Success's first Serie A goal in the 379 days. The game was Success' 25th Serie A appearance this season, with 1 assist. The strike cancelled out Osimhen's 51-minute opener. Osimhen broke the deadlock for the Pentanope when he ran in between 2 Udinese's centre-backs, Wallace and Oria Zaraga, to head in Matteo Pilatoni's delightful cross past compatriot Maduka Okoye in goal for Udinese. He, however, did not celebrate his goal. The goal took his tally to 15 in the Serie A this season, but the Pentanope winless run extends to 4 games. He was put out with 3 minutes left for Giuliano Simone. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Orca. Follow us on X at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. A quick recap of our major stories. NEMA has handed over bags of food items to Anambra government for distribution. Mr. Reverend Ibezim has made case for even distribution of national cake. Director General NYSC has urged school admits to promote unity in his communities. Rescuers have contacted 11 survivors in collapsed building in South Africa. Remember, the Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's it on the news tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Chidimma Orangwa. Good night.